Hi, I'm Kevin. In today's video, I'm going to take you through a repair that I did on my 993. Uh, Essentially, the rear lid on the engine compartment, it it would go up and then it wouldn't stay. Uh, the uh, the struts that hold up the lid, they weaken over time, through the heat cycles of the engine and things like that. So they last a few years. Of course, it depends how often you use the car. In order to change these out, it's quite deep in the engine bay. So on the passenger side, it requires removing the airbox, and on the driver's side, uh, you really need to remove the blower here in order to gain access to the area. There might be some people with long arms that might be able to do it, but one of the reasons why I did it, it's the car, these parts, the engineers who built them, they did design them to be taken off. So it's not an impossible task for an average mechanic. And because I'm in the Concours portion of the club, it gives me an opportunity to do a deep clean on areas that I normally wouldn't have access to. So, that's my ulterior motive. And one of the reasons that uh, I don't shy away necessarily from taking parts off the car in order to do a repair. So why don't I show you where these rear trunk lid struts are, and you'll better understand why it's really necessary to take these parts off. So in the airbox or passenger side of the car, here's the strut on the right hand side, and it goes all the way back here, so it's really deep. On the driver's side, let's see here, here's the strut here, and it goes all the way back. On the passenger side, I've got the airbox out of the car, so I thought it might be easier for me to demonstrate what's necessary. So the outside of the airbox, remove these clips, and then you take out the filter. When I did this, I was quite surprised how dirty the air filter was. So of course you always want to, let's say, take advantage of, if you're working on the car in an area. I spotted that, so I might as well take care of that. So with the outside of the airbox removed, you then work on the, let's say, the inside portion. There's a bolt here that holds it on, a 10mm bolt. You've also got the mass air sensor in here. So, this has to, there's a couple electrical connections for this. And one of the things, again, this is an important component. Your car's computer is looking at the mass air sensor, how much air is coming in, and then adjusting, let's say the amount of fuel that's being pushed into the engine for combustion. So you want to take advantage of, let's say, taking this off, and there's a spray for mass air sensors. Don't use carburetor cleaner. Use the right product for the task at hand, and might be able to, you can see it right there. You don't want to touch that wire. You just want to spray it, and so that's the airbox. Now, when I was doing that, the fuel filters over there. So this is where things snowball. But I had all that access, so I said, I looked at the suggested maintenance interval at 60,000 miles. So I know I was getting close to that. So I took advantage of the fact that I was going to be working in that area. I had a lot of components out, so bought the fuel filter. The thing I would, let's say, stress, really important to use a flare wrench on that, because these are, let's say, aluminum components, or so they're gonna, if you use a regular open socket wrench, you're gonna strip things. So you want to use a flare wrench when you're working on fuel lines. Okay. Now on the driver's side, in order to get into this area here, you need to remove the blower. And you know, this is the blower component here. So again, it's, you know, just be methodical. It's kind of, you know, you step your way through it, and you know, it's one piece at a time, and just keep track of. I use a magnetic dish to put the bolts in, so that yeah, I don't misplace something. So I recommend doing that. So going through the deep clean of the engine bay area, I knew I was going to be, let's say, leaning on the painted portion here. So I always take a precaution to try and protect the paint if I know I'm going to be on top of it. So I have, let's say, a nice heavy sheet here or a blanket, and I'll put that across the area where I may be, you know, leaning on it. So first thing I did was give the area a rinse. I have a 1 gallon sprayer, and I'm able to put hot tap water in that, and you know, get around the area, not overly saturate the area with water. There's quite a few electrical connectors, sensors on the engine, so I don't want to cause a short circuit on that. The next thing I did was I sprayed some all-purpose cleaner. I used P21 Total Auto Wash as an example. I find that gives me pretty good results. Of course, there's various surfaces here. So for, as an example, this is a 1997 993. It has a vario ram. So this aluminum piece here, I've sprayed that with the Total Auto Wash. I have a medium stiffness bristle brush, and I was able to give that a scrub. For other areas that required some reach, I have various, these are soft hair brushes, so I would spray the area, just try and agitate, get some lather going, and you know, fortunately I didn't have any oily areas, so that would have been a bad sign. But you know, you're going to have areas that have dust accumulated. You know, I was getting into areas of the engine bay that I normally wouldn't be able to get to with, you know, without those components out. So after let's say, used the Total Auto Wash, then I came back, and again I did a rinse with the sprayer. Now, moving to the area of adding a layer of protection, there's some soft plastic, hard plastics, and I find that this product from CarPro Pearl provides a nice matte finish. So you know, I put that on with an applicator pad, and then you know, give it a little time to dwell, and then I buff it off with a microfiber cloth, and you know, just adds a layer of protection without, let's say, making the component greasy, because you don't want to attract dust, you know, to the area. So I've taken you through a repair that I did on the car, and how that provided me access to areas of the engine bay that enabled me to do a deep clean. And I hope you found the video helpful, and I'll see you soon. Take care now.